All right, last video of the day. We were checking out TD Ameritrade, talking about Lucid, Rivian, Tesla. Which EV comes out on top? Spoiler alert, it's Tesla. But let's check this out. Rivian currently has a pickup truck. Lucid is probably going to go bankrupt. But this lady always has nice things to say about Tesla, so I really like her. So let's see.
All right, time to talk all about the EV market ahead of earnings for Lucid and Rivian, and a lot of price cuts that have been happening in this group as they battle it out. Right now, I'm going to bring in Garrett Nelson, Vice President, Senior Equity Analyst at CFRA Research, and Steve Wesley, Founder, Managing Partner of the Wesley Group. Thank you both for being here. Garrett, let's talk about Lucid. It reports
Tesla
today
bulls.
after the market closed. You have a hold rating. With the Air listed as a key strength, I did see that we are watching some of these names. In fact, is that the one that they just cut the price target on, right? $12,000. That may be the one that they cut the price target on. Tell us more about this one.
Price, not price target.
That's right. So they just announced price cuts on all trims of the Lucid Air.
Lucid.
And Tesla really kicked off the year announcing price cuts, launching this price war. There have been a series of price cuts, both from Tesla and others. And despite new federal tax credits on EVs, despite these price cuts, the EV market has shown increasing signs of oversaturation. So if you look at dealer inventories of EVs, they're about double what they are for all new vehicles and
dealerships.
And so you're seeing some very dramatic price cuts and companies like Lucid and Rivian, that just haven't achieved scale yet in terms of their production ramp up. They're really struggling in terms of cash burn and still nowhere near profitability.
So, okay, man, yeah, he said a lot of good things there. But one distinction is Tesla isn't in dealerships. So every car maker with dealerships like Ford and GM, their EVs are sitting in lots because the better product is the Tesla Model Y. Like that's what Ford is up against. That's what GM is up against. The Tesla Model 3 and Y are just way better products. And when smart consumers go to the dealerships and they compare the Tesla Model Y to the Ford Mach-E, you compare them both. Tesla is just a way better product, and people are always going to go with the better product, and people are starting to get smarter about things, about what they consume with their smartphones and electronics and now cars, and they're just going to go with the better thing. So the Model Y is just so much better than the rest, and that's why no one is really buying the other vehicles, because they're inferior products, and for a lot of the time they're more expensive, especially with GM. I don't know what GM is thinking with their new lineups, because they're more expensive than the Tesla Model Y and they're worse. So that's going to be really hard for them to get out of that and to start beating Tesla, because Tesla can drop prices even more and still be profitable. The Lucid is going against the Model S, which is crazy. They're not selling at all. They're cutting their price, and Lucid is not profitable at all. Rivian, on their newest Q2 earnings, they're losing. They're negative 37%. But here's the thing: in the first quarter of this year, they were negative 80%. So that 43% jump, they were negative 80, and then now they're negative 37, means that they're kind of climbing the ladder towards profitability. So if they can keep that up, Rivian will be around and they'll be profitable by next year. So they'll be in the game. They'll be sticking around for a longer time. Cybertruck also comes out. So Rivian is going to be in a little bit of trouble when the Cybertruck comes out. But I wish Rivian the best. I hope they make it. Lucid, I don't believe is going to make it. Ford and GM are still question marks for me as well. Let's see what Garrett has to say.
And you have a sell on Rivian, is that right, Garrett?
That's right. That stock has almost doubled over the last 6 weeks, and we see no good reason to justify that.
I see. Steve, in your notes, you talk about Lucid, and you said, hey, I'd rather own the car than the stock. I don't want to spend too much time on it if it's something you don't like. I would rather hear what you do like. But touch on it, please, Steve.
Look, you bet. Lucid makes what I think is probably the most beautiful car in the market, but 100,000 to 150,000 per car, that's a pretty small market. And they've got to ramp up production. They have just gone from selling 2,314 cars in Q1 to selling 2,173 cars in Q2. They're going the wrong direction, and they've got to fix that. And you got to look at the other half of the equation. They're burning $1 billion per quarter. They've only got 3.4 billion in the bank at the end of Q1, enough to survive, maybe Q2 of next year. But they're going to need to raise more money from the Saudis or another investor, or they're in a world of hurt. So right now,
oh my God, guys, holy! I didn't know it was that bad for Lucid. So they're selling less cars than Q1. They dropped from like 2,200 to like 2,100, something like that. So they're dropping, and it's only 2,000, only like 2,000 cars, Lucid, and they're burning $1 billion per quarter. Oh man, that's terrible. I guess they tried to copy Tesla's strategy with the more expensive vehicle, and then they might move down to like more affordable vehicles, but they're not even going to make it past. They're not going to make it. They're in another year or two, they're going to be gone unless they get more investments. But they're selling less cars and there's less demand. Oh, and they even currently removed their reservation numbers from the website, so you can't see how many people are reserving them because that number is going down. Oh man, not Rivian, Lucid is in big trouble. I think Rivian will make it, but Lucid, they're in huge trouble.
I'd rather own the car than the stock.
Right, understood. And Tesla's always your favorite, Steve, right? Is that, I know you used to be on the board of Tesla. That seems to have been one that you've always liked.
Look, that story is getting more nuanced. Look, Tesla is still the king of the hill. They delivered 466,000 cars in Q2 compared with 1,200 for Lucid. 25 billion in Q2 revenue, on track to deliver 2 million cars, 100 billion in revenue. This is a huge company. It's no surprise it's one of the 10 largest market cap companies in the world and profitable for 15 quarters in a row. So what's interesting there is that if you look at General Motors and Ford, both struggling to get to 100,000 units, that's not even 5% of what Tesla is producing. But, well, Tesla has been the winner so far. And again, the Tesla Model Y, biggest selling car, gas or electric globally. If you step back and look at the big picture of the 10 biggest selling EV models in the planet today, 7 of the 10 are Chinese. So the Chinese are coming. Tesla's going to have to account for that. Ford and GM are going to have to kick it into a higher gear. This is going to be a fascinating show to watch.
Yeah, and
the thing is with the Chinese companies, I really want to figure out what kind of cars are they selling. Are they selling a $4,000 golf cart? Like what's the competition? Are they as comparable to the Model Y? That's what I want to do. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section. I might do some research on that to figure out. The top seven EV cars in the world are all Chinese cars, but what type of cars are they selling? Like I said, $5,000 cars, which death traps, which Elon says, or are they selling comparable vehicles to the Model Y? That'll be an interesting thing to look up.
We've heard that. Garrett, your thoughts quickly on Tesla, and you also have the CFO stepping down. It seems to have shocked some folks. He's been at the company since 2010, but maybe it seemed to be a surprise. Are you a Tesla fan? And if not, what about some of these other Chinese companies like BYD, and you can name the other ones that you may find attractive?
Yeah, Tesla's still our top pick for all the reasons that were just mentioned, but there's a lot to like about this stock. Just beginning first production of the Cybertruck. You look at the reservation count on that model; it's multiple times any other forthcoming EV.
1.5 to 1.9
and the company's
million.
sheer size in terms of market cap give it a lot of advantages in terms of cost of capital over the rest of the industry. Remember, they're the largest company in the industry in terms of market cap. They're not nearly the largest in terms of their annual volumes. But we think, the stock will grow into its valuation here in the coming years. So that is our top pick. As far as the news out today, regarding the CFO stepping down. He had been in that role for over 4 years, and we don't think there's any red flags there. In fact, he's going to stay on with the company until the end of the year to make sure it's a seamless transition with the new CFO.
Yeah,
Successor
it
for
sucks,
Elon
but it's
Musk,
not a
Garrett.
big loss.
I'm sorry?
Is there a successor in place for Elon Musk to run Tesla?
Elon's gonna be around forever. Don't
one
worry
thing the
about
company has been doing over the last year.
Okay, yeah. So in the investor day, they had like a whole bunch of the Tesla team up on stage because they keep talking about this successor thing, like Elon's dying or something. Like Elon's not going anywhere. He wants to work on the bot. He wants to work on AI. He wants to finish full self-driving. Elon is not going anywhere, and this mainstream media keeps talking about succession every chance they get. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be there for a long time, and he has a whole team of people that he keeps showing to stop this ridiculous like talk about succession. Like he's never even talked about wanting to leave Tesla. He's just getting started, and he's gonna grow this company. He's gonna grow SpaceX, Tesla. I believe he really wants to work on the bot and AI and solving full self-driving. So he's gonna be around for a long time. There's no worry there. And succession, they just keep talking about it, and it annoys the heck out of me. But let's see what Garrett has to say.
Two is highlighting the strength of its bench. In the minds of a lot of investors, Elon Musk is the face of the company. That is true, but they have an incredible amount of talent, at the company. And so, we don't see Elon stepping down in the next 2 or 3 years, but, longer term, they're going to have to figure out a succession plan.
Yeah. We didn't talk, Steve, about RIVN much. Did you mention that one quickly?
Let's talk about RIVN. They make a great truck, and they're kicking into a higher gear. 980 million in Q2 revenues. That's great. Yeah. Increased production from 9,400 units in Q1 to 14,000 units in Q2, 169% year-over-year growth. Right. But they're still burning around $7 billion a year. Only have $12 billion in the bank. So they too are going to have to raise money. And what really differentiates Tesla from everybody else in the crowd is Tesla's profitable, the others aren't. Tesla brought battery production in-house way ahead of everybody else. They started manufacturing in China, which brings costs down way before everybody else. And they're way ahead on what's called over-the-air software, because Tesla realizes that they're not just a car company anymore, they're a technology company. And when Garrett said, gee whiz, they have to grow into the valuation. When you're growing at 40% a year, in a year that looks like $100 billion, I think this stock is going up. They've already grown into the valuation. Massive growth.
All right.
Can't keep up with supply, big margins. Hard to not like that one.
Yes. All right. Thank you both. Yeah. Steve Wesley,
Good job,
Wesley
Steve.
Group. Garrett Nelson, CFRA Research.
I like that. Garrett's
Thank you both very much. Great to see you.
They're going to have to grow into their evaluation. And Steve's like, they've already grown into their evaluation. He just kept like naming all the great things about Tesla. They're both, I like both Steve and Garrett. Garrett's a little more reserved on his Tesla bullness, but Steve is obviously not. Steve is all for Tesla. He thinks they're going to be huge, and they've already grown into their valuation, and what they're doing with full self-driving and battery and solar and stuff is they're just getting started. So, the other companies, I think Lucid is done. I don't think they're going to make it. I think RIVN has a chance, small chance, but they have a chance. If they become profitable next year, then they could do it, but they might, like Steve said, they're going to need to raise money because they're burning, what did he say, $7 billion per year, and they have $4 billion in the bank. So, I don't know. RIVN might make it because in the Q1 of this year, 2023, they were down negative 80% margins, and in Q2 they were down 37% margins. So that they jumped 43%. So if that tracks next quarter, they might break even, and then the quarter after that, they might be profitable. So Rivian could make it, and if they become profitable, I can see them raising money pretty easily. So, because everyone wants to get in on the next Tesla. Everybody thinks like, what's the next Tesla? I want to jump in. I want to ride that wave, like what happened with Tesla. I missed it. People are saying that, but Tesla is the next Tesla. They're gonna keep running up. It's gonna keep going up. But Rivian has a chance to do a run as well, because people are gonna be dying to jump in, and they think, oh, they're doing what Tesla did before, and then they're gonna want to jump in. But Rivian doesn't have plans to do full self-driving. There's no plans for solar and battery power. There's no energy business. There's no bot. There's no nothing. They're just a car company. So people aren't going to really do the research on that. So I could see a run up going up for Rivian when they become break even and when they become profitable. I could see like a similar craze. So I'm all in on Tesla, but if I wasn't, I would consider getting in. This is not investment advice. I'm just like brainstorming, thinking out loud. I could see a run up because people are going to they're going to think, and news is going to blast like, oh my gosh, look at their growth. You know, they're going to be the next Tesla and everyone's going to buy it. So we'll see on that. I'm going to keep tracking all of these stocks and let you guys know what's up. I'm a Tesla bull. 100% of my portfolio is Tesla. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comment section down below. We're growing a great community of people here, all interested in EVs and Tesla stock and the future of planet Earth. And it's great. The comments have been wonderful. So keep leaving those comments. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time. I'm out of here.